Hello friends, I am Preeti Gupta. Welcome you to my channel. In this video, we'll discuss about the powerful and effective prompt engineering techniques to get the optimal result from the LLMs. It will be more from the application developer perspective and we'll be using API call to call the OpenAI models. Before we start, please subscribe my channel. I share a lot of information and knowledge around the Gen AI, machine learning, data science, and on broader AI so that you are next level career ready. All right, let's dive in. Let's discuss what is LLM, prompt, and prompt engineering. So LLMs are the large language model which are often trained on the vast amount of the information available on the internet, and it takes months to train these models. So we give some input text to the model and we get some response from this model. So the input text which we give to these models are called prompts. And prompt engineering is the practice of effectively designing this prompt to get the optimal response from these LLMs. So now let's open the Jupyter notebook and learn those powerful techniques for the prompt engineering. So we will do few setup first. First, we'll install the OpenAI. I have already installed in my machine, so I'll not install it again. But you can install in your machine using the pip install OpenAI if you're not having it already. Second step is to set up the API key. So we can go to the OpenAI URL. We can log in, register here, and once we are registered, we can go into the API section and click on the docs. Here on the left hand side, you can see the API key. Using here, you can create a new API key and you can directly use API key in the code. Are the best ways to set that in the environment variable and get that key from the environment variable. So this is here. The third step is to create the helper function. So I have created this helper function which use the GPT 3.5 turbo model. We give some prompt to the model using this helper function and collect the response. Let's run this. So this is all set up. We already done it. I will share this code in the GitHub and I'll share that link in the description. You can take from there and you can run it. So now let's start with our learning on the powerful techniques. So the first and foremost important technique is to be very clear and specific. We can use delimiter to distinguish between different part of the prompts. We can use any delimiter. There is no restriction on that. It's just that these delimiter differentiate between the different part of the prompts and model will understand that what we need to do better if you use these delimiters and make that distinguishing clear. So here, my prompt is this one, and my instruction is to summarize the text delimited by the triple brackets, and I have given my text here. So now model knows that what to do with the text, like here in this case, summarize the text and what is the text. You can pass this text here using this. So this text is about the Sora, which is very popular nowadays. So let's run this and let's see how it is giving the response. You can pause this video here and you can compare the actual text and the summarized text. To me, it's look very pretty summarized text. So this way, using the delimiter, we can distinguish different part of the prompt so that model clearly knows that what is the text, what instruction I need to follow, and all of those. Now, the second very important trick is to set the limit on the output. Based on our use cases, we may want to put a limit on the response because these are the Gen AI models and they can give a short response for one case, maybe very long response for the another. So I want to use some limit on the output so that we can use it in our use case better. So for the same prompt, like summarize the text delimited by the triple backticks, I have put here the word limit. It is word limit of 50 words. You can put word limit, sentence limit, or even the character limits. So let's run this and see how it is the response. Now, if you compare this with the previous response, yeah, it is shorter response. Let's see how many words it has. Now it is having 49 words. Wow, very closer to the what limit we set. So this way, using the word limit, sentence limit, or character limit, we can have the control on the size of the output. Now, the third very powerful technique is to add a role to set the tone. Maybe add a the same question, if the response is for the kid, there will be different tone, and for the same question, if the response is for the professor, it may have different tone. So based on the role, tone also get changed. So if you want to have a particular tone for a particular role, we can set that role, and our model is smart enough to give response in that tone. For example, here I want to draft an email to the client informing them about a delay in the delivery schedule due to the logistical problems. So here, uh, for this email, I have set the tone as a delivery partner. So let's run it and let's see how it is giving the response. So here you can see that it is giving a beautiful email, and we can fill all this information, and we can review this email and send it to the client. Here it is the tone of the delivery partner. Now I want to set the tone of the customer service representative. Uh, Maybe according to that, there will be some changes in the output. So my prompt is the same one. Draft an email to the client informing them about a delay in the delivery schedule due to the logistical problem. And I set the tone of the customer service representative. So let's run and see the response. So now it has given response in the tone of the customer service representative, and it has, as for the customer service representative, we always share our contact information so that client can reach to us. So all these here, which was not previously in the tone of the delivery partner. So this way you can see that how the response get changed based on the tone. So setting the role is very powerful technique for the optimal result. Third very powerful technique is introduce if else condition to handle different scenarios and get response based on those conditions. For example, I have a task to reply back to those people who are giving the review. And if the review is positive or neutral, I want to give the thank you reply. And if the review is negative, then I want to give sorry kind of response. So here, if you see this text, this is the review, and this review looks very positive. PNG Beauty Salon is my favorite, and wow, so this is a positive response. So I have created the prompt. This is my prompt. So I have set the tone of the customer service representative, and I have given instruction you will provide with review delimited by the triple back text. So whatever text I am giving in the triple back text, I want to okay, you will be provided with review delimited by the triple back text. So this is the review, and I'll be getting this review in the triple back text. Now, instruction is if review contains positive or neutral sentiment, write thank you email in the formal tone. If it contains negative sentiment, write apology email. So, this is my prompt. Now, let's run this. And since this is the positive review, we should get the thank you email in a formal tone. Let's run and see how it give response. So here, this is my output now. So thank you for taking the time to share your positive experience and PNG Beauty Salon. We are delighted to hear that Urmi and Kenny were able to provide you with punctual and professional service. Your satisfaction is our top priority, and we are committed to delivering high quality work at all our customer. We look forward to serving you again in the future. Very beautiful email. We can put detail here, and this reply is good to send to the client. So as per our requirement, if review is positive, we should get the thank you email in the response, and we got this. Now let's do the same prompt with the negative review. So this, if you read this review, this is a negative review. Worst experience ever. So now, according to this prompt, if review is negative, we need to write the apology email. So we should get response from the LLMs as a apology email for this particular text. So now if you read this, now let's run this. Sorry, my previous output is there, so sorry for that. You can just ignore it. Now we just ran this and we get the output from the model. And if you see that we are truly sorry to hear about your negative experience at our beauty salon. So it has given, for the negative review, it has already drafted a sorry email. And uh, if you can pause it and read it, it's a it's a very formal tone, and the tone which generally customer service representatives have. So this is beautiful email, and it's good enough to send to the client. So now we learn that how we can set the tone by adding the roles in the prompt. Now the third effective technique is to explicitly add, give instruction for the desired output format. For example, here in this case, I want to generate a list of all-time hit movie along with the actor and genre. We want output in the JSON format, so provide them in the JSON format with the following key. I want name, actor, and genre. So I'm running this prompt, and let's see the output. Yeah. So now you can see that it gave me the response in the JSON format, and I can use in my I can use dictionary, and I can use it in my Python code further. So it has given movie name, Titanic, actor, and genre is romance and drama. All this movie, if you see, I have asked to give the all-time hit movies, and it has given Titanic, Godfather, Avatar, Shawshank Redemption, Jurassic Park, The Dark Knight. All these movies are excellent movie. We all should watch them. So these are the output. We have specified the output format, and we got the response in this format. Let's say I want to get response in the HTML. So I have asked to give the response in the HTML format with the following key. So let's run and let's see if it gets. Model is running. Wow, you can see here we got the response in the HTML format now. So if you see that movie name, actor, genre is author, this is actor, genre, and for all movies we got in the same way. So now it is very useful to get the output in the desired format so that we can further use it in our code for the next step in the processing. So here I can read this HTML, and if you see, we can read this HTML. So now we can probably get the response from the LLMs, and then further in form of HTML we got the response, and further we can display it in our site using these codes. We just saw that how we can get response in JSON or HTML or similarly XML. In some cases, it's make more sense to get response in the steps. For example, for recipe or some processing steps, it is useful to get response in steps, and it will bring more clarity. So for those use cases, we can give text to the model in the normal format, and we can get response in steps. So here, this is my prompt. Like, you will be provided with text delimited by triple backticks. This is the information I shared with model. And then I'm giving my instruction. If it contains a sequence of instruction, rewrite those instruction into the following format in the steps. And if the text doesn't contain sequence of instruction, then write no steps provided. And I am giving my text here in the triple backticks. So this is my prompt. If you see, this text is the recipe for the pancake. So obviously this can be converted into the steps. So let's see. Now model is running and it gave me response. Wow. So it gave me response that taking egg in the mixing bowl, add sugar, vanilla extract, milk, and use a whisk to combine. Add in flour, salt, baking powder for pancake. Use little extra baking powder for floppy texture. So it has given me output in steps. Let's say I have given another text which doesn't carry any steps. Actually, this is the review, negative review. So my prompt is the same, that will provide you a text delimited by triple backticks. If it contain a sequence of instruction, rewrite those instruction in the steps. And if doesn't contain the sequence of instruction, then write no step provided. This is not a sequence of instruction, so we should get no step provided as an output. So let's run and see. Wow, that is our expected output. So now this way we saw that how we can even give the format of the output, and model will respond in the same format. So it will be very useful if we are having a processing and using the API call, we want to get response in a particular format, and further we can use down the line in next step. So now sixth is powerful technique is to few shot prompting. So whatever we was doing so far, it was the zero shot prompting. We didn't provided any example to the model. We just give text and some instructions, some conditions, but we didn't give any example. So in few shot prompting, we give some example so that model better understand the requirement. Particularly, we use the few shot prompting in those cases where it is difficult to explain using the prompts. So, if we give some example, model understand it better. So, here my prompt is, uh, let's say, if task is to answer in the consistent style, I have given instruction to my model that your task is to answer in the consistent style, and you will be provided with informal sentence delimited by the triple backticks. So I'll be getting few informal sentences. Rewrite the informal sentences into the formal writing style. And I have given three examples. So informal, hey, what's up? I just wanted to let you know I won't be able to make it today. And informal greetings. I regret to inform you that I will not be able to attend the event today. So here for the same thing which I want to communicate, I have given example informal and then formal, and I have given three example so that model understand that what is the way I should convert those informal sentences into the formal. And now I am giving my text here in the prompt here. So these are the examples, and now whatever text I will give here in the prompts, that text need to be converted into the in should be converted into the formal. sentences. So now, my informal sentence is, it's really hard to find a decent plate to eat around here, don't you think? Let's run this. Now, the model has learned from this example and come up with the formal sentence for this prompt is, it is quite challenging to locate a satisfactory dining establishment in this vicinity. Would you not agree? So this is the formal way of saying the same thing. You can see that how we can use the few short prompting in those use cases where it is very difficult to um, give all the instruction and everything in the prompt to make it clear what kind of output we want. So we can give some example and then model will understand that what we want from. Now the seventh powerful technique is to specify the steps required to complete a task. For example, here this is my task, and in this prompt, I have given the following action. The first step is to summarize the text delimited by the triple backticks with 30 words. Now, the second step is to translate the summary into the German. So, whatever output we got from the step one, we want to translate it to German. Third step is to list each noun from the German summary. So, whatever output we got from the step two, we want to list all the noun from that summary. And then ultimately, I want the output in a JSON format that contain the German summary and the number of nouns. So now I am giving this text to the model and I want to perform all these four steps one by one and want the output in the given format. So now let's run this and see the result. So as you can see that I have asked to summarize the text in 30 words. So here is the text. It has converted into the German. It has listed all the nouns, and then in the final step it has given output in the JSON format with summary and the number of nouns. So by giving the steps, we can clearly communicate to the model that what all I want to do and in which format I want my output. Now the eighth very powerful technique is to give model some time to think. So we can instruct model to figure out its own solution without drawing any conclusion. So in this example, I am giving one question. I have given one question and there is a one student solution. I want my model to evaluate whether the student solution is correct or not. So here, this is the question. I am building a solar power installation and I need help working out the financials. This is my question prompt. So land cost $100 square feet. I can buy solar panels for $250 square feet. I negotiated a contract for maintenance and that will cost me a flat 100,000 per year and additional $10 square feet. So what is the total cost for the first year of the operation as a function of the number of square feet? So this is my question and one student has come up with this solution. So it has calculated in the function of the square feet. So land cost is this, solar panel cost is this, and maintenance cost, and it's calculated the total cost, which is ultimately 450 x multiplied by 100,000. So now model, let's run the model and let's see the response. So here if you see, it is saying that the student solution is correct. The total cost for the first year of operation as a function of the number of square feet is indeed 450x plus 100,000. You can pause this video and you can calculate yourself that this answer is not correct. It is incorrect. So if you calculate by yourself, so the answer will be 360x. So now, since student solution is incorrect, but model also calculated it incorrect. And so it's saying that student solution is correct. So now I'll instruct model to first calculate by its own and then only see the student solution. So in my prompt, I am giving instruction. Your task is to determine if a student solution is correct or not. To solve the problem, do the following. First, work out your own solution to the problem, including final total, and then compare your solution to the student solution and evaluate if the student solution is correct or not. Don't decide if the student solution is incorrect until you have done the problem yourself. So here explicitly, I'm instructing my model first solve the problem yourself and then only compare to find whether a student solution is correct or not. So here my prompt is the use the following format question I have given in the triple backticks a student solution. I have given here and then actual solution. And if student solution are the same as actual solution, I'll say that a student grade correct or incorrect. Okay. So this is my question, a student solution. And now I can run. So if you see here, it had calculated the total cost of first year of operation in term of the X, which is a square feet. And first, the cost is land cost, which is $100 is per square feet, and then solar panel cost $250 a square feet, and then maintenance cost is $100,000 plus $10 per square, and total cost is we sum up this, and the total cost is this one. So now if a student solution is the same as the actual solution just calculated, it is not same. Our student solution was 450x and here is 360x. So student grade incorrect. So now you can see that how GenAI made mistake when we didn't instructed it explicitly to work on its own solution before drawing any conclusion. And once it worked on its own solution before checking the student solution, it come up with the correct answer. So we can instruct our model to work on their own solution before comparing it to something else. So that is, we often say that give model time to think. Now we have learned powerful prompt engineering techniques to get the optimal results from the LLMs. We can use these techniques while developing our applications when we are using the LLMs and want to get the better response. I create many courses on the Gen AI and machine learning. And if you're interested and want to fast track your learning, you can connect me on the given Gmail ID and I'll help you in all possible way to make your dream true. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel to get all these wonderful contents. Bye bye.